Well, hey guys, I have been seeing everywhere these little skincare mini fridges, and I'm getting a lot of questions about them. And so I thought I would make a video about, do we need a refrigerator for our skincare products? The short answer is no, but there are some situations where, having one, I guess you could make the argument for. All right, so when is it helpful to put skincare products in the refrigerator? I'll tell you this, if you have any kind of itchy skin condition, whether it be eczema, or say you just have a bug bite, summer's coming up, that is miserable and all you can think about is scratching it to bits. I talk about how important using a moisturizer is for any kind of dry, itchy skin condition. It just kind of helps soothe the skin barrier and calm down those signals for itch. But if you put your moisturizer in the refrigerator, get it chilled, and then apply it, it's even more effective in terms of its anti-itch effect. What happens is the cold sensation actually can distract some of those nerves in the skin that release those itching signals. So I will frequently recommend patients who have eczema to put some of their creams in the refrigerator and apply them to the skin while they're cold. You don't need to store them in there indefinitely though. You can put them in there for a few hours and get them chilled, but having a little fridge, I guess, could be helpful if you stored it in the bathroom and, had access to your moisturizer right when you get out of the shower, sure, I guess. And, in theory, it can extend the longevity of products, but I don't know. To me, it's like, what are you trying to achieve here? When I say extend the longevity of products, some products, especially those in the natural skincare market, they have a short shelf life because they don't have a lot of preservatives in them. And without preservatives, A, you run the risk of bacterial contamination or fungal contamination, and B, the product ingredients are more susceptible to degradation. And when ingredients degrade, they're useless and they can be irritating and problematic. So, skincare products, they have a little label on them that you should always look for and be mindful of. It's like a little jar with a number and the letter M. The number is the number of months after opening the product for which it is good for. Always pay attention to that. So if you open something, I like the idea of keeping a little calendar actually to keep track of these things if you are a skincare product junkie, which is an issue in and of itself. Don't even get me started on hoarding skincare. Like, stop doing that. Just keep it simple. But anyways, if you do have a lot of skincare products or stuff that you're trying out, definitely keep a little calendar of when you open stuff so you know when to get rid of it. So then, what's the point? I don't see how the refrigerator is useful. Yes, in theory, it can extend the shelf life, but you don't know by how much. So, it's not as though, oh, I've got this in the fridge, so I can keep using this for another week, another 2 weeks, another 3 weeks. It's still a black box of unknown. So, to me, that argument is okay, but it doesn't really help you in any way to be storing it in the fridge. So, unless you only plan to use it as directed and get rid of it by the end date and you just want to keep it in the fridge for a little bit of extra reassurance. But personally, I think that's overkill, especially if the product is, a good old drugstore product laden with parabens, as it should be, because parabens are safe, by the way. If you're wondering about that, I do have a video on parabens. But yeah, parabens are some of the safest preservatives out there. So most drugstore products have plenty of preservatives in them. It's not something that you have to worry about necessarily. The other product that could be stored in the refrigerator and it might be beneficial is an eye cream. But again, you guys know me. I've told you from the beginning, eye creams are just another thing that people try and sell you on, and you really don't need them. Like, your moisturizer is enough. But, you can make the argument for, if you use eye creams, to keep them in the refrigerator, because if you apply them to the eyes while they're chilled, they have a better vasoconstrictive ability. So they can actually clamp down the little blood vessels around, in the skin around your eyes and help shift fluid out of that area and reduce puffiness. Plus, it feels nice. I don't use eye creams. I think they're a waste of time, but I instead like to waste my time with using hydrogel eye patches. This is just like a little relaxing thing I like to do. I've talked about it in videos before. And, you know, I've been enjoying these ones by Derma E. I also love the number 7 hydrogel eye patches. They just kind of help, especially in the morning. They don't help with anything. It's something I just enjoy doing. All right, so I'm gonna stop there. But keeping these in the refrigerator, you know, can achieve a similar thing. And so I've been doing that, and I definitely find that it just feels really nice to put them on under the eyes. But yeah, I mean, so you can make an argument for your eye doodads to do that. Then the other product that you certainly could consider and is often advised to store in the refrigerator are vitamin C serums. Vitamin C, as I've talked about in numerous videos, and the main reason I don't waste my time with it, is not a stable active ingredient. It's very susceptible to degradation through light, temperature changes, and you know, once you put it on your face, it's like a ticking time bomb till it, you know, peters out. You can make the argument for keeping that in the refrigerator, and many manufacturers will actually tell you to do that to help reduce the level of degradation overall. So, you know, you can certainly do that. And I guess if you use vitamin C serum consistently or you try out different ones, then I think it's certainly, you know, you can make the argument for the fridge there as well. But when it comes to your cleanser, moisturizer, your sunscreen, you don't need to keep this stuff in the fridge. Like, I mean, it's not a potato salad. It's not like it's gonna spoil, you know, it's not laden with mayonnaise. You don't need to keep this stuff in the refrigerator. It's fine. You know, there are extremes with everything. I say that, and then I'll get the comment, well, I've been leaving my sunscreen out in my car in 100-degree weather, and it's been out there for 3 days. Is it still safe to use? No, I mean, that's an extreme condition. It's not good for sunscreen to be at extremes of temperature, like a hot car, but that doesn't mean that you should be storing them in the refrigerator. Like, just keep them at room temperature in a, you know, in a cool, dry place. They're protected from light in the packaging. You know, so it's not something that you need to buy an appliance for. You know, those things are cute though, I have to admit. Like, actually, I wish they would come out with one that was Blythe doll. You guys know I have a Blythe doll. I wish they would come out with one that was Blythe doll size. That would be fun. Then I'd be up in here making like mini foods and stuff. Okay, I need to stop. But yeah, the skincare fridge thing to me is more of a novelty because they're cute and adorable. But mini fridges, you know, I imagine they plug in, and it's more energy that you're gonna have to pay for on your monthly utility. So, you know, is it really worth it for that novelty of having a little pink box? Maybe. I mean, they are cute. I don't know. Comment below, and if you have a mini fridge. But I will plug another video that I have made for you guys in the past. If you're wondering more about expiration dates, it's a video all about expiration dates on skincare products and cosmetics, makeup. So I'll link that down below. Always pay attention to that stuff, not only with skincare, but also with makeup. That little number, just keep track of it. So rather than worry about the fridge, I would say get yourself a little cheap agenda book. You know, sometimes, what is it, the Veterans Association mails you out that calendar. Just keep that in your bathroom as like, or, you know, wherever you do your skincare, as just to stay on track that you're not using stuff or, you know, keeping stuff beyond its expiration date. Another point that I'll make though is don't confuse expiration date with manufacturer date. They're not the same thing. Like, a lot of times you will see a date on the top of a cream, like almost looks like a barcode. That's not the same as the expiration date. That's usually eerily very close to when you purchase it, and I know it freaks a lot of people out. It's the label that you're looking for is that image of the jar with the number around it that most products have on them. So yeah, I mean, I wouldn't worry about the fridge, but if you want one for the novelty, hey, I get it. They're cute. I hope this video was helpful to you guys in kind of addressing the need or lack thereof of a skincare fridge. But share in the comments below if you have one, which one you have. Share below, but if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and as always, don't forget, sunscreen and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.